Hey, what's up, Life Masters? This is Stefan James from Project Life Mastery, and today I'm going to share with you exactly what I'd do if I was broke. If I was struggling financially and had zero money in my bank account, I'm about to walk you through the steps of exactly what I'd do if I was starting over to get myself out of that financial situation of struggling to the path towards financial freedom and financial abundance. There was once a time in my life where I was broke and I was struggling financially. In fact, I was in credit card debt. I was living on my friend's couch. I had to sell my car. I had to humble myself a lot and sacrifice a lot to get myself out of that situation. I had to work my ass off. And a lot of what I did, of what I'm going to share with you, is what I did to get myself out of that situation towards where I am today of financial freedom and abundance. So if I can share this with you and help you out, if you're struggling right now, if you have no money, this is what I do. And this is something that you can take action with as soon as you finish watching this video. So the first thing that I would do, number one, is understand and ask myself, why am I broke? Why am I struggling financially? There's got to be a reason for that. And the most important thing for you to get from this, and what I now know, is this external results of money and a great job and maybe a great business or a house and a car and money in your bank account. Those are all external results. That's the outside world. But you first got to understand what creates this outside world is your inner world. Your inner psychology, your mindset is what manifests what's outside here. So a simple way of looking at this is that if you have a tree and you want to plant and grow this tree, and this is a tree which is a great career or investments or a business, and this tree is providing fruits for you, okay, also known as money or results, you first got to understand that what creates what's above ground is what's underground, your psychology, your mindset. So there's got to be some roots, which are also known as your belief systems and your values and your psychology and your habits. The roots, this is the foundation that lays for the success, the money, everything that you want. And so most often people, they blame the outside. They try to change the outside, the fact that they don't have money, by working harder or getting a new job or maybe starting a business. But that's not the right solution. That's part of the solution. That's not the first thing you do, because you got to understand that if you don't first change what's up here, your mindset, your psychology, your beliefs, the inner conflicts, the fears, the anxieties, the things that are holding you back, there could be great opportunities for you. There could be a great investment opportunity, a brand new business opportunity, a great job, but you're going to find a way to sabotage it. You're going to find a way to go back to where you were before. You're not going to be able to sustain it. Okay, you see a lot of people, for example, that win $1 million or $10 million or $100 million in the lottery, and they end up losing it all because they didn't have the psychology. They didn't have a foundation to support the money that they won in the lottery, right? In the same way, people can get, they're overweight, they can do liposuction, they can lose 100 pounds, 200 pounds by doing a surgery, but sure enough, they gain the weight back because they haven't changed what's here. They haven't changed their habits around what they put into their body and their lifestyle to be able to support the new body that they have. So you got to understand it's what's underground, the psychology. That's the first place that you start. And really the key here is you have to take full responsibility for your existing life. You got to take full responsibility and ownership of your life the way it is. The fact that you are struggling and broke, that means you got to humble yourself. You got to have a little bit of humility and say, you know what? There's a reason why I'm in this situation, and the reason is not because of my boss. It's not because they fired me. It's not because of the government. It's not because of the economy. It's not because of my ex-husband, my ex-wife. It's not because of, this business partner, this person screwed me over. It's not because of all of that. Because as long as you do that, you're deflecting responsibility. You're looking for someone else to blame, and that gives you no power, no control to change your life. So you got to look at what's the common denominator in all of those experiences, and the answer to that is you. It'd be me. So I would take responsibility for that and say, you know what? I put myself in this situation. I'm the one that made the choices that I made in my life, the decisions. I got into that relationship with that person, and I didn't see the red flags, or I didn't have the experience to know, but they screwed me over. But that is my fault and my responsibility, because I could have done this differently or that better. There's other options and choices that I could have made. So now at least I can take responsibility. I can learn from those events and experiences. I'm now in a position where I have power in my life where I can move forward. Okay, the key here is to move forward. It's not to live in the past and the reasons and stories about why you're struggling, why you're in that situation. As long as you remain as a victim, then you'll never become a victor. Okay, we have to get out of the victim mentality. Let that go. Let's learn and grow from the past, and let's now focus on the solution, really what this video is about. So We got to work on the mindset, the psychology. Now, there's a mindset and psychology of people that have money, people that are millionaires, multimillionaires, and even billionaires. They think differently than most people do, right? So I would look at, there's got to be some sort of flaw, some limitations in my psychology. Maybe it's fear. Maybe it's a fear of failure, a fear of success, a fear of rejection. Okay, well, if I don't really solve that, then I'm going to stay stuck. I'm not going to have the right roots to create the tree that I want. Maybe it's limiting beliefs around money that have been imprinted in you or me. And I know I had lots of that when I was a kid because my parents didn't have much money growing up. My parents went through a bankruptcy. A lot of the fighting and arguments in my family was around a lack of money. So there are some sort of negative, disempowering beliefs around money that I know that I had, I'm not sure about you, that was keeping me in a scarcity mentality. It was limiting me from making money. Maybe there are some disempowering habits that I'd have, right? So I'd really look at that. What are my existing habits? What am I doing with my time each day? Am I spending my time playing video games? Am I lazy? Am I procrastinating? Am I not making any progress in my life? Well, if I don't change that, then there's no opportunity. I'm not going to take advantage of it unless I change that. So I'd look at what are some new habits that I could cultivate in my life, and I'd try to first learn and model people that are already successful. People that have money, they have financial freedom. I'd find out what they're doing that they all have in common, and I'd start doing that. I'd start applying that in my life. Okay, so really step number one is mindset and habits. Now, how do you learn this? How do you cultivate this? Well, if you have no money, if you have no money, then obviously, and I'm assuming that I'd have no money in my bank account, so I can't, go to Amazon and buy books, or I can't go to the bookstore to buy them. So instead, there's an incredible, miraculous place called the library, rather. Maybe you've heard of it, but they still do exist. I would go to the library. I'd get a library card. I think the library is one of the coolest places in the world because there's thousands, if not millions of books there of other people. Think about this. Other people that are further ahead than you. Okay, they've achieved success, they've become multimillionaires, they've become incredible at all walks of life. They've solved most of the problems that you and I can face in our lives. They've spent 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years of their life solving that, and they put it in a book that you can go and rent out for free at the library and benefit from. You can benefit from other people's experience and knowledge for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. You can extract that and apply that to yourself. So by feeding your mind with this information, the mindset of people that are millionaires and multimillionaires, that will automatically start to shift things in your mind. Okay, your mindset, the way that you think will change from that. Okay, it's kind of similar to if you had 10 friends around you, if you're in a mastermind of 10 people and they're all millionaires and multimillionaires, their thoughts, their beliefs, their values would automatically rub off on you just through osmosis. You'd start to think and act and behave the way that they think and act and behave. Okay, automatically. So it's the same thing by reading books. You're filling up your mind with their mindset and you're going to benefit from it. So what are some books that I would read? I'm going to give you a list of books. Take out a pen and paper, take out something to write these down with, or pause this video. You can go back to it if you want. But I'm going to give you some of my favorite books and the ones that I'd read. Okay, so first one would probably be Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Okay, classic book. That's really about your mindset, your psychology in terms of attracting and creating financial freedom. So Think and Grow Rich, I'd read The Richest Man in Babylon by George Clason. I'd read Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. I'd read Cash Flow Quadrant, also by Robert Kiyosaki, and I'd probably read all of Robert Kiyosaki's books. When I was a dating coach in my early 20s, and I had this one client that I was coaching as an older man in his 60s, and he was multi-millionaire. He had multiple homes around the world. And I remember I said to him, I was struggling at that time in my life financially, and I said, his name was Bob. I said, Bob, what would you recommend that I do to change my financial situation? He said, have you heard of Robert Kiyosaki? And I said, yeah, I'd read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I said, great, I just recommend read all of his books. All of his books, that's going to lay a great foundation for you, the right mindset. So I listened to what that guy Bob said, and I read a lot of Robert Kiyosaki's books. I actually interviewed Robert Kiyosaki on my channel recently as well. So subscribe to my channel or look for that video on my YouTube channel to benefit from that too. Anyways, I'd also read the book The Automatic Millionaire by David Bach. I'd read the book The Wealthy Barber by David Shilton. I'd read The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. I'd read You Are a Badass at Making Money is the name of the book. I'd read The Millionaire Fast Lane by MJ DeMarco. I would read probably, even like The 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss, but I read like a lot of books on money, okay? The psychology and the mindset of money. That's just a whole list. If you have more, by the way, I'd love for you guys to comment below. What are some of your favorite books when it comes to learning about money, psychology around money? Oh, another one is The Science of Getting Rich. The Science of Getting Rich. That's another great book. But I would immerse myself in that, okay? I listen to audiobooks if I could. I'd read them. I'd spend a habit every single day, at least 30 minutes a day, okay? Because again, this is gonna build the roots. Every book that you read, and of course you want to apply it as well. You want to extract habits and apply that to your life as well. But you would start to cultivate and build this because that's going to lay the foundation for everything else that I share. Okay? Number two, the second thing you'd want to do, this is what I would do rather. If you want to do it, great, but I would get a job. I'd get a job. See, if I was broke, struggling financially, I got to get a job. I mean, I've got to get some sort of stream of income so that I can survive, so that I can, at least support myself and actually be in a situation comfortably where, I can actually have some money to have a roof over my head and maybe have a means of transportation, be able to get access to food. But I'd have to get a job for that because a job is the only way that I could start making money immediately. You're trading your time for money, okay? You put in a certain number of hours, you add value to an employer, they're paying you based on the number of hours that you're putting in, okay? I would not try to start an online business, okay? An online business is something where you're giving a lot of time, okay? You're putting a lot of time into something, but you're not seeing any immediate return from that. You're not getting paid for the time you're putting in. You might be putting in 40 hours a week, but the only time you're gonna get paid from your business is you're building an asset. You're building something that potentially is gonna bring you money in the future. So a business is a long-term play, okay? It's not a get rich quick. It's not like you're gonna do it and start making money within 30 days. A business is gonna require time and money. You gotta invest that, you gotta plant those seeds. Those roots gotta grow before it's gonna grow the tree, which is gonna take time. So a lot of people, they look for an online business as a solution to their financial problems, and it's not. You first gotta get a job, you gotta get a stable source of income, okay? Something that's consistent, that's providing you money for you. And when you're broke, if I was broke, you got to understand that beggars can't be choosers. I would take whatever job that I can get. Okay, whatever job that I can get that whatever person would give me a job. I don't care if it's working at McDonald's. I don't care if it's being a janitor. I don't care if it's washing cars. Whatever means of making money that I can do, I would start with that. But I'd also at the same time, simultaneously, as I'm working on my mindset and my habits and making a little bit of money, I'd also be looking for new opportunities. I'd be looking for better jobs that can pay a little bit more because as long as you have a minimum wage job, you're only gonna make so much, okay? You've gotta find ways to leverage your time even more. For 1 hour of your time, if you're getting paid 10 bucks an hour, we gotta figure out how we can get to $15 an hour, $20 an hour, $30 an hour, and slowly work your way up. And so while you have a job, you can't get too complacent. You can't get too comfortable, especially if it's a minimum wage one, because that's gonna keep you stuck and broke. That's what a lot of people do. They just get a job and that's it. They're not growing and upgrading their mindset and their psychology because this is really what's going to allow you to think bigger in your life and to have more confidence to pursue new jobs and opportunities that show up. So I would start with whatever I can get, but really what I'd be doing during this time is as I'm, alleviated, I guess, some of my discomfort of, being broke and I got some money coming in. Also during this time, I'd sell crap that I don't need, my TV, video games, things like that too. I'd also do that to make immediate money. So there's a lot of things that people have that we waste time and money on that aren't providing money for us. It's not helping us. So I'd try to eliminate that as much as I can. So I want to mention that too. But also what I'd be doing is I would preferably be looking for an opportunity to work for someone online, to work for an online business or to be an online freelancer. Because I would know my long-term goal and vision is financial freedom and abundance, right? So if that's my long-term goal and vision, then I'd want to build an online business to get there. But I don't need to start an online business right now. Okay, that's going to come later on in my path. First, I got to get my mindset right, and I got to start making some money. But if that's my long-term plan, then I would try to be a freelancer online or work online for other companies so I can get paid at least to work from home. Okay. Has more potential and opportunity for me to make money long-term with that. but also I'm also developing skills that will be beneficial and useful for my online business and that can make me more money over a period of time. Okay, so for example, some of the skills that I think are really valuable that would support me in my long-term vision of being, building an online business is sales. So I might look for some sales jobs where because I'd have hunger and drive, and a lot of the mindset and habits I'd be developing would give me a lot of motivation. So I would use that, and I know I could do well at sales, even though I might have never done it before. I'd start learning sales and studying sales, learning about influence and persuasion and about marketing, and I'd find jobs that would pay a commission based on every sale that I generate. So it might be working at a car dealership. It might be, being a high ticket closer, or it might be something where I'm doing sales for a company and I am not just getting paid for my time, but now I'm getting paid based on the results that I'm generating, right? So that will motivate me because then I can make as much money as I want. The more that I hustle and grind, the more calls that I make, the more doors that I knock, the better that I get. I'm betting on myself to make as much money as I want. So sales would be great, and also that skill set would provide for me the ability to make more money long term, because that's always a great skill to have. I'd also probably maybe learn some internet skills like maybe social media marketing, right? There's a lot of businesses that need help with their social media, and if I could learn that and develop a base skill set, I could then approach those businesses and offer social media marketing services for them, and they can pay me every month to run their Instagram or to run their Facebook, right? Or maybe it's learning some customer support skills and how to be able to build, to be a great customer service rep. Might not be able to make as much money from that, but that could still be a useful skill in a way that you can work from home. Maybe it's learning, email marketing or copywriting or web design or graphic design, but I would try to learn some skills that are high demand online, because here's the reality is that you don't necessarily need to have an online business to have a great lifestyle. In fact, for a lot of people, even having an online business is not the right thing for them. A lot of people, they want to build an online business so that they can have freedom. That's the number one reason for it. And so, you don't have to have a business for that, because running a business is hard, it's stressful, there's a lot of responsibility. There's some risk involved in it. So, for example, you could work for companies as a freelancer, and I'll share with you how I do that exactly. But you can work for companies as a freelancer and be able to work from home or anywhere in the world. And so you have the freedom to at least work from anywhere that you want, which is the greatest benefit of even having an online business. So that's something that you can get without having to start a business and just working for someone else, right? And that's great. You can also work for a company that you enjoy, that you're passionate about, and you're learning some great skills, and you're part of a great team as well. So that can check the box on a lot of things that an online business can provide for you without even having to start an online business. So how would I do that specifically is I'd go to a website called Upwork.com, okay, Upwork. And this is a website where you can set up your own profile and be a freelancer. This is actually a website where I hire a lot of people from in my online business. And so what you can do on this website is I'd set up my profile, and I would just start browsing around at all the jobs that are available. So if I'm a business owner, what I do is I post a job that I'm looking for someone to help me with research. I'm looking for a virtual assistant. I'm looking for a web designer, graphic designer. I'm looking for a social media marketer. Whatever I'm looking for, I can post that on Upwork. And then people from around the world can see that, and they can apply for that job. They can bid on it. Each person has a profile where they're going to have, a bit about them, their experience, their expertise. People can rate and review the profile as well, so you can actually develop credibility with your profile. You could do certain testing inside Upwork to provide more credibility. You can have a portfolio if you'd like to show some of the work that you've done. But what I would do is I would set up my Upwork account, set up my profile. I'd probably even create a video of myself on my profile, because video is always more powerful if you're trying to get a job, because people can relate and connect with you a lot more and see that they're going to be more likely to want to interview you and hire you because you're actually putting yourself out there more. So I'd create a video for myself. I'd really optimize my profile and work on that. I'd probably study other people on Upwork that are making a lot of money from it and see what their profiles are and model that and try to get ideas on how I can improve my profile. And then I'd spend probably an hour or two a day just seeing what jobs are out there, what's in high demand. What kind of jobs out there are businesses hiring for? Okay, what are the most popular ones? And I'd start working on myself to develop some skills that I can potentially start, applying for these jobs as well on Upwork. And so once I've, kind of found what my niche would be in terms, maybe it's being a virtual assistant or maybe it's doing research for companies or whatever it is, once I know what that'd be, I would start applying for jobs every day on Upwork. So as I've got my janitor job and as I'm building my habits and my mindset, I'd be on Upwork every day. I'd probably apply to at least 10 jobs every day. The way that I'd apply for the jobs is I'd really take the time to write something personal and maybe even create a video that I'd send to that business owner. Okay, because you really want to differentiate yourself and stand out. So I don't want to do what everyone else is doing, then I'm just gonna fall into the crowd. So instead what I do is when I find a job that I'm like, wow, I'd love to work for this company, I can do this for them, is I'd go above and beyond because companies are looking to hire people that have high standards, they're driven, and they're gonna over deliver on the value. So I would apply for these jobs and I would first do some research on the company. I'd research more what they're looking for. And then what I do is I'd apply to that job and tell them, hey, here's how I can help you. Here's a little bit about myself, but I'm hardworking, I'm driven, all that sort of stuff that everyone else says, but you gotta make it more about them than you, okay? Because the worst thing is when you're hiring someone and they're just talking about themselves, but the business owner doesn't care that much about that. They wanna know how can you help them? How can you serve them? How can you add value to them and help them get results? When you're in alignment with that, you're much more likely to be hired. So I try to communicate and sell them on why they should hire me, and I'd show and demonstrate specifically how I can help them in their business, okay? It's so much more powerful when you're specific than general. If you just say, oh, I can help you make more money, I can do this or that, whatever. But if I'm very specific and I say, I can help you, here's what you're doing right now on your Instagram, here's what I would do and what I would help you with specifically, right? Or, hey, you know what, you're not doing this on your Instagram, so here's how I can help you with this and I would implement this for you. So now you're actually showing and demonstrating value just through your job application, and you're demonstrating that you're proactive. You don't just need to be told what to do. You're actually providing ideas and value before they even hired you, before they even interviewed you, okay? Even better if you record a video and you send that to the owner. You say, hi, my name's Stefan. I came across your job. I think you've got a great company. I'm totally in alignment with your vision and the values that you guys have. And let me share with you a little bit about myself real quick. My name is Stefan and I'm driven, I'm hungry, I work on myself every day. I love marketing and here's how I think I can help you. I was looking at your website and here's some things that I think we could do better. I was looking at your Instagram, here's some things that I could maybe help you with that you can maybe do to get better results. And I just try to add value just for a few minutes on the call, and I'd say, listen, I'd love to do an interview or a call with you, share with you more about myself and how I can help you. So you do that, you send 10 videos a day, each video is 5 or 10 minutes that you send to each person you're applying to, you're bound to get a great job from that, because you're standing out, you're going above and beyond. And that's part of the mindset and the habit you need to have that you'll learn from all the books that I shared that will make you successful, right? So I would definitely do that. And not just on Upwork, but I'd probably even find like how I can help business owners. Maybe it's maybe it's being their virtual assistant or their social media, just as an example. But I would find companies, let's say on Instagram or Facebook, or that need help with their social media. It's obvious that they're not optimized it enough. And then I would just find the email address or send a message to the business owner, send them a video, a customized video, okay, for each one. I'm not just copying and pasting the same video, but I'm actually setting a separate video to each person, okay? And I would just do that every single day. And you do that for a month, 2, 3 months, you're gonna make money from that. You're gonna get a better job, and you're gonna get a job that can allow you to work from home, that you're gonna learn some great skills and develop yourself with, and that's gonna lay the foundation for you long term. Okay, so it's being willing to do what most people aren't willing to do. Okay, that's what's gonna separate you from everyone else. Successful people do what the failures won't do. So the broke mentality most often is, what are you gonna do for me? I'm not gonna give and add value, you gotta give to me first. That's the wrong thinking. The right thinking, the successful person thinks, the rich person thinks, I'm gonna add value first up front, and then just by adding value, then if you wanna hire me, great. In fact, one thing that I'd probably do as well is I might even approach some companies and say, listen, I'll work for you for free for the first month. Don't pay me anything. Let me prove myself to you, okay? If I deliver for you and I over deliver and you're happy to keep me on board, great. Then you can start paying me, and this is how much we can determine how much I get paid. If not, then fine. It was a great experience. I did what I could. I learned from it. We both learned from it, and I can move on and find something else. So betting on yourself and having that level of confidence and certainty, that's really what's going to make you stand out and allow you to get a better paying job, especially if you're always upgrading and looking for something that could be a lot better for you. Now, that would be the second thing that I do. But the third thing, okay, as I'm doing this, and I'm trying to be fairly detailed for you guys, but the third thing I do, and this is a really important one, this can actually really make and break things. Is I would learn money management. Okay, I'd learn how to manage my money, because now I'd be in a situation where I'm making some money, right? I'm making some money from a job, whether it's my janitor job or maybe an online job that I get, which would be a lot more ideal for me. But now as you're making money, it's not what you make, it's what you keep, and it's what you do with the money that you make. Okay, all successful people, all wealthy people, they're great money managers. Okay, that's one of the most important things you'll learn as you study wealthy people. They're all great at managing their money. So whatever amount of money that you have coming in, or that I'd have coming in rather, always bring that back to myself of what I would do, right? So let's say that I, found a way to start making $2,000 a month or $3,000 a month. Let's just say it was $3,000 a month. Okay, I got to a point like that in my life. Okay, that's what, $36,000 a year. Okay, if I'm making that amount of money, one thing that I have to be very careful of is upgrading my lifestyle. Okay, you got to learn, number one, to live below your means. Okay, live below your means. So if I'm making $3,000 a month coming in, I don't want to be spending $3,000 a month on my expenses and lifestyle, because otherwise I'm just living paycheck to paycheck. I'm not really getting ahead financially. I'm staying in that broke mentality. So instead, if I'm making $3,000 a month, then I got to find a way to only live my expenses, my lifestyle, maybe $2,500 a month or even $2,000 a month. Okay, and that might mean at the beginning you got to sacrifice. Again, you might have to sell stuff. You might have to live with your parents. You might have to get some roommates, right? You might have to do things like you might have to take the bus instead of have your own car. But those are sacrifices that I'd make in the short term, because the positive cash flow that I'd be able to save every month is going to benefit me long term. So you got to get yourself in a position where you're saving money every month. Okay, ideally at least 10%, probably even 15% or more, to be honest with you, if you really want to get ahead financially. So I would find a way to sacrifice where I can save 10, 15, 20% of whatever my income is, and I'd put that money aside, okay? And what I'd do with that money first is I'd build a reserve. I'd build an emergency fund that would be the equivalent of 3 to 6 months of my income or expenses. So again, if I'm making $3,000 a month, that would be $18,000, let's say, maybe $9,000 to $18,000 that I'd save up, okay, that I could then put aside, and that'd be based on my income. But if it's based on expenses, then maybe it's a bit less. But I'd put that money aside, okay, let's say $10,000. I put it aside in a bank account. I don't touch it. That's for emergencies. That's for if shit hits the fan, if you lose your job, if you get banned on Upwork, if something happens in your life, okay, that is the net that will protect you and keep you safe, that you can live off that money, if something does happen for you. So that will give you peace of mind. That will give you a sense of security. You don't take that money, you don't spend it on a new opportunity or a new investment or a new business. That's money that you don't touch unless it's a rainy day and you absolutely have to, okay? Now, as I save that up, I wouldn't stop there, okay? I'd actually continue this habit of saving money every month, okay? And ideally, maybe making a bit more money in my job if I can, but some jobs, there might be a limit to it. You might not be able to make much more from it. So that's where it really comes, is as I'm saving money and being smart, and I'm now in a better financial situation, the next thing that I do is I'd start an online business, right? Because an online business is really what's going to give me the ultimate freedom that I want. Now, not everyone, again, an online business might not be for everyone. You got to know yourself. You got to know whether or not you want to take a risk and how much you value security, for example. You got to know, do you want to maybe take on that responsibility of starting your own business? It's not for everyone. Like I said, you can have a great job and lifestyle, something you're passionate about and something you enjoy. You can do that, as a freelancer or work for a great company, and that's fine. Sometimes, my employees on my team have a better lifestyle than I do because they get the benefit from working from home and, working from their laptop and traveling and growing and learning and being in a cool environment. I have that too, but I also have the added stress and the responsibility that sometimes comes by having your own business. And so this would be the path if you really want to create financial wealth, financial abundance, the highest level of financial freedom. So an online business is one of the best ways for you to do that because it's a lot easier to start and less expensive to start than a traditional business. There's a lot of opportunities that are available, whether that's selling on Amazon, publishing books or physical products, or doing affiliate marketing where you promote other people's products, creating your own courses. There's a lot of opportunity. I know for me though, again, coming back to me, what I would do probably is I would start Project Life Mastery because that's my mission. I'd start my YouTube channel and I start sharing with people. I start sharing the things that I learned, right? Because think about it. I mean, if you have been developing your mindset and habits, which I did, and I went through this process and I'm learning about money, all these things that I've gone through, that is now an asset that I can start sharing that with other people on YouTube or on my blog, and I can help other people with that. You know, I can share what I've learned along the way, and I can also share my journey on YouTube. And that, for me, knowing what I know now, that's my true mission in life. My true purpose, what lights me up and fulfills me is being of service to other people, teaching and sharing. That's what I love. I've done many different things online, but I always come back to that because that's really what gives me the most fulfillment. So I would start Project Life Mastery. I'd start sharing all the things that I'm learning and growing. I wouldn't have to think that I'm perfect. I don't know all the answers, but there's value in things that I've learned, and I'd tell people that. You know, I was once struggling and broke. Now I've got a job. I can share with you what I did. Here's the things that I've learned. I'd share that with people, and I'd build a following from that, an audience from that. And as I continue to grow and evolve, I'd share my journey, share my growth with people. I come across great products and books and resources and courses that I invest in to grow and become better. And I'd share that with people, and I'd share it as an affiliate marketer, right? So as an affiliate marketer, I don't have to create my own products. I don't have to create my own courses. I don't have to really be the expert. I can just share great quality products that have benefited me. If there's an affiliate link or affiliate program, I can share that. And then I earn a commission if people buy and purchase that through me. Okay, so that's essentially one part of my business of what I do today. You know, and I love it because as I grow and evolve and get better, I have something to share with other people, and I can share great products and programs that benefit me, and whatever benefits me, I'm passionate about. I want to share that, and I know that can help other people. I feel that's my ethical obligation to help other people and share that with them, and not just keep that to myself. You know, so that's what I would do. As I'd probably do affiliate marketing because there's not much expenses involved in that. YouTube is free, you know, and I'd probably maybe invest into a camera or use my phone if I can get one. Or I might save a bit of money through my job and put that aside so that I can actually start my business the right way and really go for it. You know, and then maybe from there, once I make money from that, I might branch off into some other internet opportunities and then start investing my money. So I might start buying some index funds and stocks, which would be more the long-term financial wealth and freedom. Because an online business, you know, is great. You can create a lot of wealth through that, but we don't really know what it's going to be in 10 years or 20 years or 30 years. Technology is always changing. And so that's why I want to diversify my money, my investments. I put money into my business, but as I start making money from my business, I start putting money into some other investment vehicles as well. And I just continue that process. And I think this foundation here of what I shared is really going to strengthen and really allow whatever tree that I want to build. I mean, if I want to build a massive tree and make millions of dollars, then that's going to come from having a strong enough foundation. So the more that I'd grow and read and learn, and I wouldn't just read books, but I'd also find coaches and mentors and courses and seminars and everything I possibly could, because the more that I learn, the more that I earn. Okay, the more that I learn, the more that I earn. So I would recognize that and have some money that I could then invest into the foundation of the future success that I'd have. Does this make sense? Is this helpful for you? I really hope it is. I mean, this is exactly what I would do. And I can't say that this is the right path for you or not. Maybe there's some things here that I think are universal that you can apply, but I don't know you. I don't know your exact situation, you know, and I think definitely this thing is applicable to everyone, getting a job, whether it's online or something. This is, I think, where a lot of people are stuck, you know, even the money management piece as well, and really learning that. But online business, I mean, for me, that's my mission in life with Project Life Master. I know that now because I tried many things, you know, to get to where I'm at today and to really know what my mission is. And so you might have to go through that journey as well, right? And so you could try different business opportunities because everyone's different. You got to know what that is. And that really is what self-development and the journey allows for you, is to learn more about yourself, and you find things that are your passion over time. It doesn't happen overnight. Sometimes you just got to try different things. You got to go through the buffet and try different opportunities, but every one you learn, you grow, because for me, it's not like I just stumbled across affiliate marketing and became successful. I tried many different things and had to learn a lot along the way. So me knowing myself now, I know that would be the one for me that I'd start with and branch out from. I don't know about you, but if you do want to learn more about how to get started online, if you're at this position right now where you're looking for a business opportunity, I did create a quiz that could benefit you. I'll link to that below. If you go to www.projectlifemastery.com/quiz, okay, projectlifemastery.com/quiz, head on over there. There'll be some questions that will help you determine which is the right business model for you, right? Based on really what your drive is. You want to build a business for money or for your passion or for impact? How much money do you have? How much time do you have to get started with? There's certain ones I can recommend for you based on that quiz. So check that out. Otherwise, if you want to do affiliate marketing like what I would do, then go to www.affiliatemarketingmastery.com. That's a free masterclass that I put together that shows more about how I do affiliate marketing and what I've learned and how I built my business as an affiliate marketing business. So that could benefit you at affiliatemarketingmastery.com. Otherwise, what I'll do is I'll think about more books as well and link those below this video too. So that'll be in the description for you. That would be a great place to start. If you can find them at a library, great. If not, buy them on Amazon or in Kindle or whatever it might be. But I'll share with you some of the books that have helped me, and I'd love for you to comment below. Share some of the things that have helped you. I'd love for you to share. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Listen, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up here on YouTube. If you want more videos like this, more from me, then subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the button below. Make sure that you turn on notifications so you get notified of other videos that I put out. I put out a lot of videos on online businesses and online marketing and money and mindset and how to improve and master your life, really, is what I want to serve people with. So subscribe for more videos like that. Otherwise, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'd love to hear from you if you actually apply this and if this helps you. That's really what my goal is. So feel free to reach out and let me know how it goes for you, because I'd really like to see you turn things around for yourself financially and create that freedom. Thank you. I'll see you again in the next video.